Hey, it's Kristen, and today I'm going to be starting a new segment on this channel, which is going to be called Problematic Fashion, because I personally see a lot of problems within the fashion industry. Not just that it's one of the top 4 most polluting industries in the world, not just the ethical issues that arise when it comes to how many fast fashion brands treat their workers, how much they're being paid, how unsafe their working conditions are, but I'm just going to be talking as well about different social issues like racism in the fashion industry, misogyny in the fashion industry, how there are almost no average-sized models in the fashion industry, also problematic designers, so a lot of different topics, but today I am going to be focusing on feminist t-shirts. The feminist t-shirt saw a spike in its popularity in 2017 when Dior launched their $710 worth "We Should All Be Feminist" t-shirt, and it was worn by celebrities like Jennifer Lawrence, Natalie Portman, and fashion blogger Chiara Ferragni. And a lot of other celebrities have followed this trend, like Emma Watson, Thomas Hiddleston, Benedict Cumberbatch, Madonna. And what always happens whenever celebrities wear something, fast fashion brands try to capitalize out of it by turning it into a trend and selling it to the masses for a very low cost. But why is this wrong? Why is it wrong to wear a $5 t-shirt from H&M that says feminism on it? You support something that you believe in, you advertise it to everyone, and you just feel more like a feminist, right? Not really, because once you look into what goes behind making those fast fashion $5 t-shirts, then you realize there is a huge amount of exploitation, especially done towards women, because the majority of people that make our clothes in the factories are, for the most part, women. The majority of the factories that produce clothes for fast fashion brands are sweatshops. If you go into any fast fashion brand store and check the label of their clothing, you'll see made in Bangladesh, made in Cambodia, made in India. These are countries where human rights violations are rampant. And a very small amount of factories in these countries actually have fair, or at least semi-fair working conditions. Most of the factories in these countries are either unsafe, either through the building itself. There are very few factories with fire escapes, or any fire safety at all for that matter. Workers in these factories get paid about 39 cents an hour, which, even if you adjust for inflation, that is still an extremely small amount of money that these people are making in these factories. There's also a lot of sexual abuse that happens directed towards women, and they are not allowed to form unions in a lot of cases, or if they do, they are fired. If they get pregnant, women get fired. If they try in any way to rally to protect their human rights and to fight for better working conditions, they are fired. And you know what other t-shirts were made in sweatshops? These, the ones that I showed you in the beginning of the video, worn by female activist and human rights supporter Emma Watson, among other celebrities. And these t-shirts were designed for Elle UK magazine's December Feminism issue in partnership with Fawcett Society, which is Britain's largest women's advocacy group. And these tops were manufactured in a sweatshop in Mauritius, where workers earned $1 an hour, and it totaled to about $190 a month, which is lower than $270 a month, which is the minimum poverty level according to the National Empowerment Fund. A worker reported that she had to work up to 12 hours a day and struggled to live on her salary. These t-shirts cost $14 to make, and they were sold for $72. And these workers were not oblivious to the irony of this t-shirt. One worker actually said that, how can this t-shirt be a symbol of feminism when we do not see ourselves as feminists? We see ourselves as trapped. The women and people in general working in these factories are very much aware of how inhumane these working conditions are, and they are trying their best to change it, but I cannot see their situation and their working conditions getting any better if us, the people that are consuming the clothing that they're making, don't demand better working conditions. There's no such thing as fast fashion without the exploitation of humans. It is impossible to produce cheap clothing without exploiting people, without using child labor, slave labor, and paying people dirt cheap. There's no other way to make cheap clothing. And this brings me to another issue that I have when it comes to feminist t-shirts or just any fast fashion t-shirt with a supposedly meaningful logo on it, is the complete hypocrisy behind it. And the fact that these multi-billion-dollar corporations are taking meaningful movements and turning them into profit, turning them into capital. This is not what feminism is, and it's not something that H&M, Zara, Forever 21, and any other fast fashion brand should exploit and profit out of, because they're not selling feminism. They're selling the opposite of feminism whenever they sell a feminist t-shirt. Have we, through our ignorance, allowed fast fashion corporations to exploit their workers? Yes. But I can't be mad with ignorance. I'm mad with the fast fashion corporations that are very knowingly exploiting their workers and at the same time exploiting their customers through selling them products that automatically contradict with the values of their customers. We've seen that with H&M's conscious collection, which is not at all conscious. They're just selling the idea of consciousness to people. Or the fact that they pretend to be eco-friendly by introducing their recycling bins in their stores where they give you a 10% discount. And that is just another marketing scheme to kind of incentivize people to buy more of their stuff. And very few of the items actually gets recycled. And a lot of other brands do this. It's called greenwashing. I also call it ethical washing whenever they promote the idea that they're supportive of the LGBTQ community, when they're supportive of animal rights, when they're supportive of women and anything. They don't support anything. They don't stand for anything other than taking your money. And I'm absolutely certain that about 99% of the people watching this video understand this hypocrisy and are willing to actually change and do something else. This is what I always see in comments when I make this type of videos. People are like, okay, so what do I do? How do I not support fast fashion? How do I not support the exploitation of people? So I have a complete playlist with all the information that you might need in order to learn how to shop more ethically. I also have a list of ethical brands that I have created with all my favorite ethical brands in the description box. And I have a bunch of videos with different solutions on what you can do to shop more ethically, and it really varies on your budget and where you live. So there are different solutions for different people. As long as we all try our best to boycott fast fashion as much as we possibly can, or at least to lower our consumption of fast fashion. And in my opinion, that's going to have a huge positive impact in the fashion industry to vote with our money and give our money to the people that deserve it and give our money to people that respect their workers and make sure that they're paying them a fair living wage. So I want us to have a conversation about this in the comments below. So let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have something to add? I would love to know. And also, if you did like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more videos like this, hit the bell notification button to get updated every time I post a new video on this channel, and I'll see you guys next week.